The Tennessee Titans have traded wide receiver A.J. Brown to the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video. Here to talk about this trade here, folks. And I got to tell you, I was shocked that this trade ended up happening, okay? If you remember, or maybe you don't, a few weeks back, or maybe it was less than that, the GM of the Titans basically came out and said in a way that he was not trading A.J. Brown. And what happens? The draft comes and they trade A.J. Brown. I am so tired of listening to these GMs say that they're not going to do something and then they go ahead and do the exact opposite of what they say. I'm not saying I'm annoyed or mad about it, but I'm just saying I'm not going to believe them anymore. I'm just not going to. It's just media talk, okay? They say one thing and then the other thing happens. So with that being said, analyzing this trade, let's talk about the details here, okay? So the Eagles get A.J. Brown, wide receiver A.J. Brown, of course. The Tennessee Titans, in exchange for trading away A.J. Brown, get the number 18 overall pick and a third-round pick. Now, a number 18 overall pick turns into Treylon Burks, a wide receiver who is solid, but I would venture to tell you that I don't think he's going to be as good as A.J. Brown. My initial thoughts, I think the Eagles won this trade. Here's why. Look, A.J. Brown got a guaranteed deal from the Eagles for about $100 million, $57 million guaranteed. But here's the thing. He's a young, proven receiver. Why I believe the Eagles won this trade is because the Titans, to me, did not get enough back in return for a guy like A.J. Brown. We're talking about a guy that has all of the potential in the world to maybe even be, at one point, the best receiver in football. Like, he's got that talent. And we've seen what those guys have gone for. So if you had gotten a first and a second or more draft capital than you got here, I would have been happier with that. And so I'm not saying it's a complete robbery that the Eagles had, but I do think that they came out slightly on top here versus the Titans. Do I blame the Titans for trading away AJ? Not completely. Now, I think they should have tried their best to keep him, but from what I've read, it seems like it was going to be very tough to get a deal done with A.J. Brown, which, again, to me, really doesn't make much sense here why you don't want to pay A.J. Brown. But maybe we're talking about, of course, the salary cap here and counting all that into it. But if you could have gotten a deal done with A.J. Brown, you keep him and you have him as your franchise cornerstone. But they chose not to. They don't think a deal was going to get done. And it's better to lose him or trade him than lose him for nothing. So in that aspect, I'll give them that credit. But overall, folks, I think the Eagles came out slightly on top in this trade. The Titans got worse. The Eagles got better. This is going to be huge help for Jalen Hurts and company. The Eagles needed a number one receiver in the worst way possible, and they got one with A.J. Brown. Now they got Devontae Smith there, Dallas Goedert. It's going to be a nice little receiving corps, which was completely felt like barren last year. So let me know what you guys think about the Eagles trading for wide receiver A.J. Brown. As always, thanks for watching.